never dreamt. In fact, I remember that I was working in a bank and had some friends who were committed Christians, and they would say, Yinka, when are you going to join us? And I would tell them things like, when I'm 60 years old, and I've been around the world, and I've achieved all the things that I want to achieve, then I will come back and I will start, not preaching, but I will be an elder in the church, and I will be doing things and stuff like that. I've always wanted to just be, maybe like Shehu would say, at the back, you know. I mean, I used to come to church like this and generally just be like that. But my first experience that made me wake up spiritually was, I used to tell people I got married pretty early. I got married at the age of 25, and I thought everything was going smoothly. But then at the age of 27, I lost my son, and he was 7 months old. And when he died, I realized the fact that you could have a blessing, and the blessing can slip through your hands. So it's not about, oh, I want to accomplish this. You could get it, and you could lose it in the twinkle of an eye if you don't have proper spiritual power. And I think one of the points that was maybe a turning point was I found myself, you know, when you have some of challenges, everybody is trying to give you one advice or the other. So I found myself in this place where they were asking me to come and bath. Oh yeah, I mean, let's be real now. And I looked at myself and I was like, me? I may not be a standing Christian, but I read the Bible and I used to go to church as a young fellow. So I said to my wife, I said, I am sorry. I will find my way back to God, and I will take charge from now on. Because I knew that I could be financially strong, I could be intellectually strong, but I didn't have any spiritual power. And I got to that place. My mother used to say, I got to that place where I knew there was more than what doctors could see. The doctors, I mean, I'm talking about, we had a consultant at St. Nicholas. He was charging 20,000 per day. That was way back 1994. He couldn't help us. Do you understand what I'm saying? He couldn't help. So I knew then that, I needed to put my life back in order. So nobody told me before I started fasting. Nobody told me before I started going to church and being committed. Nobody told me before I started praying. Most of those things, nobody did. And maybe as a result of that, some people felt, oh, look, this guy is committed, come and be a worker. I said, okay, she is to be a worker. I'm not doing any different anyway. Let's just do it. Until one day, I became minister, and then they said, pastor. I said, this pastor matter, I need to pray. In fact, I used to say, God must speak to me not once, but twice. Because it is written, twice have I spoken. I mean, once God has spoken, twice have I heard. I said I will hear him twice. And in the night, God spoke 2 times. So I knew, all right, this is what you want me to do. So I said, okay. At the beginning, it was a bit easy. But trying to merge business and being an entrepreneur with being a pastor, at one point, if I try to focus on my business, there will be crisis in the ministry. If I try to focus on the ministry, there will be crisis in the business. So I now chose one day, I declared a fast, went back to church to do a personal vigil. I remembered praying on the altar, right in the open, and telling God that, Father, it is written, with you all things are possible. If you give me this wisdom, it means there are some things you want me to achieve with it. You have also called me to the ministry. It means you want me to serve you. If I will be the one person who will successfully do both, since with you nothing is impossible, let it be so. So I cried to him. And brethren, I will tell you that it was at that time that I would say I received the grace of a teacher. And I'm not, if I'm boasting the Lord. But if you give me a scripture and give me 5 minutes, what to say, how to present it so that people will be blessed. If you give me 5 minutes and give me a scripture, the Holy Spirit will do that. I'm not saying it's me. I'm saying the Spirit will. And from time to time, when I found out that I am struggling, does a struggle occur? You've heard everybody tell you that it is challenging, so don't let anybody tell you that it's easy. It is challenging. I go back to him and I ask him for grace. I keep doing this from time to time because even as I am, I see people who are operating in more grace than I am. And I am challenged. But I will just leave something with you. I've had a couple of experiences, for instance, time management. I wonder how some people manage time and so on. And I remember one day I was studying Daniel, and I got to the place where it was written that Daniel was praying 3 times a day, such as was his habit from the days of his youth. And I heard the Holy Spirit tell me, a man is running the country. He finds time to pray 3 times a day. You are running a company of 10 people. You say you don't have time to pray. I think you understand. Yeah. All right.